Hi guys, it's Tig. We've got the Jensen in the booth today. I've just finished with this one now for the rest of the day. Jace is away at the moment, so I'm in charge for a couple of days. Cheers, Jace. Bodywork has been done to a rough fill stage, so it is now currently sitting in epoxy 385 as a first stage to protect the bare metal areas and corrosion resistance, etc. So we will leave this one now overnight. Then tomorrow it will need a quick scuff down, panel wipe, then 3 rounds of poly, which is a sprayable filler, so we can start to refine the shape and identify any imperfections that need our attention. So yeah, I will take you along with me tomorrow as well. See you then. Hi guys, so I've literally just finished polying the Jensen. It is still drying in some places. I've literally only just come out the booth now. So it's had 3 rounds of poly, which is a sprayable filler, as previously mentioned. So next steps from here is to get it next door, unmask, and guide coat the whole car, and then 180 on a sanding block and sand the whole car really. And the guide coat will show us any imperfections and areas that need a bit more work. Obviously, like I said previously, we were only doing a rough fill stage before this came in the booth yesterday. So, yeah, but all in all, it's come out really well for someone with short legs. The roof's come out quite well. Yeah, so I hope you all enjoy your weekend, and I will see you on Monday.
Hi everyone, me again on the channel. So I left Tig to her own devices at the end of last week to put the epoxy and poly on the Jensen. I've got to say, she did an absolutely fantastic job. We've just done the first sand down today with the 180 on the block. It's sanding off absolutely as it should be. So yeah, no problems with the application process whatsoever. She's done really, really well. For a large car like this, you know, it's no easy task, to be fair, especially as one of the first things that she's really done from this side of things. I've had her do panels and things like that in the past, but yeah, something like this, totally different ball game. So yeah, well done, Tig. Fantastic job. Really, really pleased with this. And like I said, it's sanding off very nicely. It was always the plan with this one to put it into 2 rounds of sprayable filler, just because we really thought that it was going to need it. It got to the stage where with all the bodywork that we had done to it, we couldn't really see the differentiation between all the different layers. It was becoming just a little bit muddled, a little bit too many colors going on, and then it just gets harder and harder to see exactly what we're trying to fix. Because as you guys remember, this was a bit of a rough one. It's had a lot of welding work done in the past. So yeah, a little bit of a rough shell to start with. Had a lot of filling work from our side of things now. So yeah, it was getting a little bit difficult to see exactly what we were trying to achieve, really. So it was necessary to put it into sprayable filler, start sanding that off. Then we'll readdress those areas at this stage now. And then it goes back into the sprayable filler again, block it one more time, into the high build. You guys are getting used to the process now, but just one extra step with this one, just because of how bad it was to start with. But in all honesty, it's actually coming out a lot better than we both thought. So yes, we've got some breakthroughs here and there. Well, you know, a fair few, but realistically, I was thinking it's going to be a lot worse than it actually is. So pretty pleased with the progress on this one so far. And it's setting us up for a really good result with the next layer of sprayable filler. Yeah, can't say much more than that, really. Carry on with the blocking work tomorrow. I did have a time lapse. Enzo very, very kindly decided to knock the camera over within about 5 seconds of it running. So I've lost all of the footage from this morning, I think. But never mind. You guys have seen us sanding before. Yeah, carry on with the remaining bits tomorrow. Just the roof, tidying up the edges, get it back into the booth. Next few rounds of poly. We just got the Jensen back in the booth again. Just taking a quick break, actually. I've just started putting the epoxy on the bare metal areas to protect that for corrosion resistance. And then I suddenly realised I hadn't actually shown you guys what the car was like at this stage. So you can see where we've broken through the first round of poly on a few areas. And you can see again where we've done a few of the reworks as well. There's not much around the car, to be fair. Mostly, I think, was over this side. Can't really remember now. Yeah, a couple of areas like this and here. And yeah, this piece here I wasn't too happy with. So we refilled that. But again, it was always going to be the case with the way that we did the poly and everything on this one. We knew that we were going to do some reworks. That was the whole point of putting it into poly to start with. I think I went over that in a previous video. But yeah, all in all, it's looking pretty good, to be fair, at this stage. 1 coat of epoxy on the bare metal, 3 rounds then of the spray poly, and hopefully after the next sand, we'll have a lot less breakthroughs than this. All right then, guys. That is, with Enzo's help, as you might have seen in the hyperlapse there, almost half the side of the car done now. So for anyone wondering how long this sort of thing takes as well, this half of the car has just taken me just over 2 hours and 10 minutes, which as far as I'm concerned is fairly quick at this stage, really. So when you consider the amount of hours that has gone into this car already with the bodywork, 2 hours worth of sanding is absolutely nothing, comparatively speaking. The better we get the previous stages, the better this sand goes. The better we get this, the better the high build goes. It all gets quicker and quicker and quicker from this point on, really. So it is all just about refining the process now as we go along. Obviously, the main bulk of the bodywork has been done, pinholes have been done, etc. This is just refining everything as we go. So crisping up the body lines, making sure everything is absolutely as we want it to be, addressing any last remaining pinholes, that sort of thing. But yeah, next stage for this one now is to obviously sand the rest of the car, remask it, scuff it all down one last time, panel wipe, etc. And then I'll go into 3 coats of our Novol for Classic Car Hybrid Epoxy as a high build. So no need for an epoxy layer previously. It just goes straight into its high build stage, which actually is an epoxy in itself. Sandwich it all back in. So it's had several layers of epoxy, as you guys know. Just keep building on that, really. And then after that, sand again, ready for paint. So not far off, despite what it probably looks like. We are not that far off. Right then, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it for this week. Sorry, it's probably not been the most entertaining video in the world, this one. A lot of the same, spraying, sanding, but that's how it goes sometimes. That's what we've done this week on this one. We have had a fair amount of work on the other projects in the background as well, but I'm separating those into various different videos just because of what the cars are that I've got in at the moment. So they will be coming out at some point in the future. But for now, I thought I'd put this one out this weekend just so you guys can see what we've been up to. Hope you're all well. We'll catch up with you again soon.